Hi guys, I think I'm live now. If you can see me and if you can hear me, please do message in the chat. Once everything is good, then we'll go live. We have close to 50 people who are watching the stream live. I think a lot more people will join us today because that is very important and lakhs of students take that. So please do like the stream and let other people join us also. We'll start today's session in a few minutes. Please go to kraku.in/live. If you want to take part in the test, let me write it down. It is kraku.in/live. These are very important questions that we'll be tackling today. It will cover all the important topics in that. I'll spend the first maybe 4 or 5 minutes in going through the usual questions that you have about CAT. So if you have any questions with respect to CAT, you can let me know. How to close this CAT chat and start XAT chat. Okay, Rishabh, the way to go forward is first address the elephant in the room. So let us first discuss about CAT. Let us get it done with, and then we'll look at XAT. DILR slot 1 didn't have any easy set, not even a DI question. I'm not so sure. I was in slot 3, so I don't know anything about the other, as in I just know second-hand information about what people are saying, but because I haven't seen the questions, I can't comment on slot 1 or slot 2. In slot 3, 2 ships and port forming an equilateral triangle was the answer 6. I don't remember. It is basically that one of them is twice as fast as the other one. So you based on that, I think, I don't remember. It is 24/2, I think maybe 12. Again, I'm not so sure. I just know that one of them is twice as fast as the other. Expecting 60 marks, how much percentile? I'm not so sure. Sir, when will you do a video analysis of slots? I'll do a video analysis of slots only after the response sheet comes. Because till then, I can't really comment on how the other slots were. We've already done a video based on the feedback that we have taken from the others. That will release it maybe tomorrow. But personally, I will give my own comments only after all the response sheets are out. How was slot 3 according to you? Sahili was also in slot 3 only. Slot 3 according to me, I think verbal was... I think all the 3 sections were definitely more on the difficult side as compared to what I expected, maybe as compared to last year. This is personally my opinion, because verbal questions, I felt the passages were not very difficult, but there were too many inference-based questions, way too many inference-based questions. Normally earlier we used to have one inference-based question with respect to an RC, but here nearly every question, at least I think 40 to 50% of the RC questions were inference-based. Like which of them supports, which of them doesn't support. Many times double negative was also given, like which of them, if false, would contradict what the author is saying, those kind of things. Or all of them support the author, all of them don't support what the author is saying, except. So these kind of things are just tricky to really understand, but again, not super tricky. Somebody who has taken a lot of mocks will be able to handle that in verbal. In LRDI, I think there was one set which was definitely very easy, the charts one. But I felt the other 3 were not very easy. But a very good student should be able to get 2 LRDI sets. Somebody who is aiming for 99 plus. But somebody who is not aiming for 99 plus, who is aiming for a respectable score, should definitely get the charts question correct. But again, overall, I felt LRDI was definitely on the tricky side. There was no clear set that people should attempt. The charts one, yes, of course, that should be attempted. But other than the chart set, normally, if it was 4466, which is what I went with that mindset, I would have first attempted both the 4 question sets because they are typically at least expected to be slightly on the easier side. Here, because all of them had 5 questions, I was confused about which set to attempt first and which set to not attempt. That is with respect to LRDI, where I felt it was definitely tougher than what I expected. And there's a lot of potential for people to get stuck in the wrong sets. Like the COVID set, I haven't met anybody who has solved the COVID set properly. Like I know some people who were able to figure it out, taking some guesses or using some hacks, but actually try to know for sure that this is the right set. I think it has taken time. And finally, Quant, I felt again, Quant was not very easy. Quant, I was able to do quite well, but I had to put in a lot of effort to actually finish most of the questions before the time was over. This again, I felt was different from earlier CAT. Earlier CAT, I used to finish the quant section with some time to spare. Here, I had to really struggle to answer all the questions. So, and there were 2 or 3 questions which are fairly difficult. 2 or 3 questions. One question I was not able to solve, although I attempted it, I made an educated guess, so I think I would have gotten it correct, but I was not able to solve it. So I felt it was definitely slightly on the difficult side. Now coming to that, this is what I would want to address with respect to CAT. I don't want to do a lot of post-mortem about what happened in CAT because it is over. Now we are not going to get that chance again. So CAT is over, but let us focus on XAT. Many people haven't performed as they expected, which is what happens to every student. They would have always felt that we haven't done well or good enough, but that is over. Let us focus on XAT. You have 1 month left for XAT, and we have an excellent crash course for XAT. The crash course is just starting today, and it is enrolled by thousands of students. XAT Crash Course is completely designed by Saili. Saili is somebody who is a serial topper in XAT, and by topper she actually comes first in the country. So this is the XAT Crash Course that we have. It is starting today. If you look at every single day, we will be giving you stuff that you have to read and some of the videos that you have to watch, so that people can, so that you can get a good idea about what are the kind of questions that are asked. Many people till now would have focused all their energies on CAT and would not have put in a lot of effort on XAT. So this is the time for you to make up for it. CAT and XAT, they are similar in many ways, but there is one very important difference, which is DM, decision making. In addition to it, XAT Quant is definitely on the more tougher side as compared to CAT. So it is important for you to again start focusing on XAT, because XLRA is again a very, very good institute. So if you're looking at the XAT Crash Course, this is started today. If you want to enroll to it, you can go to just cracku.in/XAT Crash Course. The link for the same is posted in our in the chat. It is also given in the description of this video. Once you go there, even if you don't want to enroll to it, you can click over here and download the, if you can see where the mouse is, you can download the preparation plan. You can download this, you will get the PDF, you can open the PDF, and you can figure out what you have to prepare every single day. So for example, on the first day, you will be preparing XAT 2023, the course overview. On the second day, you will be given introduction to decision making. It is a very, very important section in XAT. People who don't know about XAT, that is, you can check with your friends, that is one of the trickiest sections in XAT. I think that is by far the most trickiest section, and also carries a lot of weightage. So if you are good at decision making, it will help you quite a lot. And to be really honest, you have to be good at decision making for you to really do well in XAT. So this is where decision making actually starts. It starts on the second day. On the third day, we have ethical dilemmas, DI basics, and we are expected to take the first XAT mock. This is basically the day-to-day daily schedule that we will be following. You can download this completely for free. You have to just go to the XAT Crash Course page, and then you can get this schedule. If you are enrolled to Kraku, then you'll get the schedule like this, and you can click on each of these links to go to the videos, and you can watch those videos and get a good idea about what are the important topics, how do you handle difficult questions, those kind of things. The entire syllabus for XAT is covered in these videos, and you will also get 5 mocks for XAT. This is basically with respect to the XAT Crash Course. Definitely do check it out. If you have any doubts, you can always send us a mail to support@cracku.in. Now coming to today's session, we have close to 150 people, guys. Please do like this stream and please do share it with your friends. If you have any doubts, you can let us know in the chat. Fees for XAT Crash Course. XAT Crash Course. Many people are asking that. The crash course is just 2,999, so roughly 3,000 rupees. But that is just a temporary offer. The price will, I think, increase in the next, I think, 1 or 2 days. We have just given this as an introductory offer immediately after CAT. So definitely check it out. You go to that page, you look at some of the videos that we are given, you look at the schedule, and you should also look at who is actually teaching you all of these things. In my opinion, you will not get a better teacher for XAT than Saili. In the last couple of years, she has come first in the country in XAT. So she knows what she knows what exactly are the important things in XAT, especially with respect to decision making. Okay guys, please go to cracku.in/live. We'll be starting today's session, and the first question will be on your screen now. Anish Sharma is saying what's included in it. The entire portion for XAT will be included in it with a special emphasis on decision because in our opinion decision is the make or break section for XAT. So if you are good at decision if you're confident about decision that confidence will also percolate into the other sections. CAT score versus percentile, we'll do CAT score versus percentile only after the response sheet comes, because once the response sheet comes, I think we'll have a lot more information and a lot more data so that we can make a better educated guess. Guys, we have more than 150 people who are watching this stream live. Please do like the stream. I prepared all types of charts DA, but all the sets were LR in slot 1, no charts. I'm not for sure, but like it's over. So don't worry about it. Even my CAT did not go too well. But that's okay. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out. You just have to focus on the future. And the future right now is that. Don't worry about CAT, it is over. You will get your response sheet, you will figure out how much you have scored in maybe a week or so. But don't waste that time. Just right now focus on making the best use of whatever is in your hands. Okay, in this question we are told that in a T20 cricket tournament, after playing 2/3 of the total matches, a team won 10 and lost 2 matches. So the total matches that the team played till now are 12 matches. And we are told that this is 2/3 of the match. So the total matches that it is going to play will be 12 divided by 2 by 3, which is equal to 12 into 3 divided by 2, which is equal to 18 matches. So the total number of matches that it has to play is 18 matches, out of which it has already played 12 matches, and in this 12 matches it has won 10 and lost 2. In the remaining 6 matches, suppose it wins X matches and it will lose 6 minus X matches. So the total number of wins will be 10 plus X. And the percentage of wins will be 10 plus X divided by 18 into 100. This we are told has to be greater than or equal to 70%. Using this we can calculate the value of X. So if you are looking to calculate the value of X, 10 plus X should be greater than or equal to 18 into 7 divided by 10. What is 18 into 7? This is 126 divided by 10, which is equal to 12.6. So X has to be greater than or equal to 2.6. So the smallest value that X can take is equal to 3, which is option A. Let us look at the next question. Pritesh Verma is saying, sir, feeling very depressed. No, you have to, it is very easy to feel depressed. The point is, I have a lot of respect for people who are able to control their sadness and focus on what needs to be done. That requires real courage, that requires real maturity, and that is what you should try to do. Arushi Dubey saying, is XAT Crash Course sufficient for XAT? In my opinion, XAT Crash Course is the best course that is there available for you. It is very good. You will cover the entire syllabus and you are going to do very well if you make the best use of it. Ritik Raj is saying, difference between CAT and XAT quant level. I think XAT is definitely more difficult as compared to CAT with respect to the quant level. We have also uploaded a very nice video on XAT decision making. The link to watch it is given in the chat. Please do click on it and definitely watch it. It is there for free on YouTube. It will help you quite a lot. We are also having a stream on decision making tomorrow. It will be taken by Saili. Like I mentioned, she's the topper of XAT in the last couple of years. So she has actually come all India first in the last 2 years. So she is somebody who is very, very good at decision making. So you should definitely tune in tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Okay, the stream tomorrow by Sahil is at 7:30 p.m. Today we had our stream at 8:30, but tomorrow Sahil's stream is at 7:30 p.m. That is 1 hour earlier. Definitely do check it out. Okay, let us look at this question. The ratio of the earnings of Ajay and Alay is 2:5. So let us assume that Ajay's earnings are 2x and Alay's earnings are 5x. Ajay gets an increment of 2 lakhs. So Ajay's salary becomes 2x plus 2 and Alay gets an increment of 4 lakhs. So Alay's salary becomes 5x plus 4. Which of the following cannot be the new ratio of their earnings? So what is the new ratio of their earnings? That will be 2x plus 2 divided by 5x plus 4. Let this be equal to y. So what are the values that y can take? This is the question. So in these kind of questions, the easiest way to do it is by expressing x in terms of y, and we know that x is greater than 0. If Ajay's salary is 2x and Alay's salary is 5x, we know that x is greater than 0. So let us express x in terms of y. We are going to get x as an expression of y, and we'll put the condition that that expression has to be greater than 0 to get the bounds for y. Essentially what we are trying to do is, if you cross multiply over here, 2x plus 2 is equal to 5xy plus 4y, or 2x minus 5xy is equal to 4y minus 2, or the value of x is equal to 4y minus 2 divided by 2 minus 5y. This has to be greater than 0. If this has to be greater than 0, we want 4y minus 2 into 2 minus 5y. This should be greater than 0. 4y minus 2 is 2 times 2y minus 1. So we want 2y minus 1 into, now we'll essentially multiply this with minus 1 into 5y minus 2 should be now less than 0. If you're multiplying both sides with a negative number, the sign of the inequality will change. This would essentially imply that y has to lie between 2 by 5 and 1 by 2, which are the roots of this quadratic equation. So if y has to lie between 2 by 5, which is 0.4, and 1 by 2, which is 0.5, let us look at the only term which doesn't lie between 0.4 and 0.5. You will realize that 15 by 34 is between 0.4 and 0.5. 3 by 7 is also 0.42, so lies between 0.4 and 0.5. 4 by 9 is 0.4444, so it lies between 0.4 and 0.5. The only number which doesn't lie between 0.4 and 0.5 is 5 by 13. This I think is approximately 0.38, so that is less than 0.4. So the only ratio which cannot be the new ratio of their earnings is option B. Let us look at the next question. Many people are asking where they can actually download the preparation schedule PDF. So the preparation schedule PDF is completely free. You don't need to enroll to the XAT Crash Course to download the PDF, and it is very, very useful. It will at least give a structure to your preparation for XAT. To do that, just go to the XAT Crash Course page. You have to go to krakow.in/XAT/crash/course. Then you'll get a page which is similar to this. You'll get a page something like this, and over here where you can see my mouse, you can download the entire PDF for free. If you click on it, you will download the PDF, and this is how the PDF will look. It will tell you exactly what you have to prepare on each of the 30 days. So for example, like I mentioned earlier, on day 1 you'll have to do some overview. You'll have to figure out what is the portion, what is the syllabus. On the second day, you have to start working on decision making. On the third day, you will have to again look at decision making. You have to probably take one XAT mock. All of these things are very clear to you, so you don't have to make your own schedule. You can use this schedule to finish the entire portion. If you enroll to the XAT Crash Course, you will get the schedule, and in addition to this schedule, you will also be given the material for each of these topics. So for example, on day 1, when you are told that XAT 2023 exam and course overview, you can actually go here and you will get the video. So this video will essentially tell you, it will all the basics or all the important things that you need to understand about the XAT exam. On the second day, when we give you XAT introduction to decision making, you will be given a very nice 46-minute video about decision making. Those are the basics of decision making. Like I mentioned, decision making is very, very important, and somebody who does well in decision making inevitably is going to do very well in XAT. So this is basically how the course is designed. Guys, please do like the stream. We have more than 150 people who are watching this stream live, and we have only 110 likes. I want to get to at least 200 likes before the stream ends. In this question, we are told that 7 men and 4 women can do a piece of work in 15 days, while 6 men and 2 women can do the same piece of work in 22.5 days. To make the calculations easy, let us assume that the total amount of work that needs to be done is the multiple of the LCM of 15 and 25. What is the least common multiple of 15 and 25? That will be 45. And just to make things easy, let us assume that the total work that needs to be done is say 450, that is 10 times 45 units. It can be any number, it can even be 45, but because there are 7 men and 4 women, you would want to maybe add say 450 or 45 into 5, some slightly higher multiple of 45, just to make the calculations easy. So if the total work that needs to be done is 450 units, and 7 men and 4 women take 15 days to complete it, in one day they will be doing 450 divided by 15, that is 30 units. 6 men and 2 women take 22.5 days to do 450 units. So in one day they will be doing 20 units. Now we can calculate the amount of work that is done by one man and the amount of work that is done by one woman in one day, because 7m plus 4w is equal to 30, 6m plus 2w is equal to 20. So if you multiply the second equation with 2, you are going to get 12m plus 4w is equal to 40. If you subtract the first equation from the third equation, you are going to get that 5m is equal to 10, or the value of m is 2 units. If m is 2 units, w will be equal to 4 units. You can substitute it in any one of the two equations to find this out. So m plus w, or the amount of work that is done by one man and one woman in one day, will be 6 units. The total work that needs to be done is 450 units. So the number of days that they are going to take will be 450 divided by 6, which is equal to 75 days. Let us look at the next question. Rahul Worki is saying, sir, in the crash course, if you miss any class, can we watch it after some time? You can definitely watch the videos at any time that you want. But it is highly recommended that you stick to the schedule, because the schedule is designed with a plan in mind. We want to cover the entire portion, and we want to give enough time for you to imbibe all the information that we are actually giving. We don't want you to just binge watch towards the end, because then you will not be able to understand all the concepts. For you to understand all the concepts also, it is going to take some time. So definitely try to stick to the schedule as much as possible. But if you miss out on any class, you can watch the recorded video later. In this question, we are given a quadratic equation which is x square plus k minus 4 into x plus k plus 4 is equal to 0. What is the least value of the sum of the squares of the roots of the equation if the roots are real? Let us assume that the two roots are a and b. We know that in any quadratic equation which is of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. If the two roots are a and b, then a plus b, that is the sum of the roots, is equal to minus b by a, and the product of the roots, that is a into b, is equal to c by a. So the sum of the squares of the roots, which is a square plus b square, can be calculated, because a square plus b square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab minus 2ab. That is, this is equal to a plus b whole square minus 2ab. A plus b whole square will be b by a whole square minus 2 into c by a. In this particular case, the sum of the roots a plus b is equal to 4 minus k, and the product of the roots a into b is equal to k plus 4. This would tell us that a plus b whole square is equal to 4 minus k whole square minus 2 times k plus 4. This is equal to k square minus 8k plus 16 minus 2k minus 8. This is equal to k square minus 10k plus 8. What is the least value of k square minus 10k plus 8? And what is the restriction on k? Can k be equal to any value? It cannot, because we are told that the roots are real. If you are given a quadratic equation which is of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, the roots will be real if the discriminant of this quadratic equation is greater than or equal to 0. What is the discriminant of this quadratic equation? The discriminant d is equal to b square minus 4ac. For the roots to be real, this has to be greater than or equal to 0. In this particular case, the value of b square minus 4ac is k minus 4 whole square minus 4 times k plus 4. This has to be greater than or equal to 0. That would be k square minus 8k plus 16 minus 4k minus 16 has to be greater than or equal to 0. Or k into k minus 12 has to be greater than or equal to 0. This would mean that either k has to be less than or equal to 0 or k has to be greater than or equal to 12. Now the sum of the squares is k square minus 10k plus 8, which is equal to k square minus 10k plus 25 minus 17. The reason we have written it in this way is because k square minus 10k plus 25 is equal to k minus 5 whole square. So this is k minus 5 whole square minus 17. What is the least value of k minus 5 whole square minus 17 if k is less than or equal to 0 or k is greater than 12? If k is equal to 12, this will be equal to 12 minus 5 whole square, that is 7 square minus 17, which is 32. If k is equal to 0, this will be equal to 5 square minus 17, which is equal to 8. So the smallest possible value is 8. Let us look at the next question. My guessing, when will the XAT Crash Course be launched? The XAT Crash Course we are launching today. If you are looking to enroll to it, right now is the best time for you to go and enroll to it, because you can make the best use of the remaining few days. So definitely go to cracku.in/XAT/crash/course and enroll to it. The link to enroll to it is given in the chat box. It is also given in the description of this video. In this question, we are told that there are three people A, B, C who are standing at the vertices of an equilateral triangle. So they are standing something like this. And they are traveling towards each other such that A always moves towards C, C is moving towards B, B is moving towards A, and at a speed of 15 meter per second. If the side of the triangle is 60 meters, what is the difference between the length of the path traveled by A and the shortest distance between them from the starting and ending points? Now, this is a question that is very commonly asked in many puzzles. So, one of the things that you should know is they meet at a point which is symmetrical to all of them, all the three starting points. So, that will clearly be the centroid of the equilateral triangle. Let us call this G. And the path that they will take will look very complicated. A will start moving towards C, C will start moving towards B, and B will start moving towards A. So basically they will not be walking along the path, they will probably be moving along some path like this, and finally they will keep coming closer and closer and closer to each other, and they will finally meet at G. Similarly, C also will follow a similar path. He will be going like this, like this, like this, and finally he will converge at G. B also will start off on the line AB, but because A himself is coming inside the triangle, B also will continue to come inside the triangle, and he will also keep coming, and finally all of them will meet at G. Now, what is the total distance traveled by A? That seems complicated, but it is not complicated. First, we will calculate what is the shortest path from A to G. The shortest path from A to G is very easy to calculate. If the side of the triangle is S, the length of AG is the circumradius. The shortest path from A to G is the circumradius of the equilateral triangle. This is equal to S by root 3. That is very straightforward. That is given by a very simple formula. Now, what is the total distance of this curved line that A has followed? To do that, let us look at only A and C. A is always moving towards C, and the speed is constant, it is 15 meter per second. So if you are looking at the relative speed, the distance between A and C initially is 60 meters, which is the side of the triangle, and A is always moving towards C at 15 meter per second. So the time that A takes to reach C will be equal to 60 by 15, which is equal to 4 seconds. So in 4 seconds, A is going to reach C. And this would mean that in 4 seconds, the distance that A has traveled will be equal to 4 seconds into his speed, which is basically again equal to 60 meters. So the length of all of this curved path will be equal to 60 meters. And the circumradius is equal to S by root 3, which is equal to 60 by root 3. So the difference between these two will be 60 minus 60 by root 3, which is equal to 60 into root 3 minus 1 divided by root 3, which is option C. Let us look at the next question. C is not at rest, C is moving, but the relative speed between A and C is that A is always going towards C. So if you're only looking at A and C, and if you are basically standing on top of C, C would think he's at rest, and A is always coming towards him at 15 meter per second. Mohit Shukla is saying, just enroll to the XAT Crash Course. Thank you. Well done, Mohit. I think this is a very good decision that you have taken. I hope that you spend enough time in making the best use of the XAT Crash Course. That is an excellent weapon that you have to do very well in the examination. So make very good use of it. In this question, we are told that we have to distribute a total of 20 chocolates among 7 people such that 2 of them, Sachin and Saurav. So let us assume that we have Sachin and Saurav. They have to get a total of 5 chocolates. So we will have 5 more guys. Let us call them S1, S2, S3, S4 and S5. They have to get the remaining 15 chocolates. How many ways can we actually do this? Let us assume that the number of chocolates that Sachin got is A. Number of chocolates that Saurav got is B. S1, that is the third guy, let us assume he got C. Fourth guy got D. Fifth guy got E. Sixth guy got F. And seventh guy got G. Now the conditions that we have are 2 simple conditions. We have A plus B has to be equal to 5. And the sum of the remaining 5, that is C plus D plus E plus F plus G, is equal to 15. What is the number of solutions for this? This is basically the question. We know the formula for the number of non-negative integral solutions for an equation. That is, if you have variables such as a1 plus a2 plus dot 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 plus ar is equal to n, and if all of them ai, that is a1, a2, if all of them are greater than or equal to 0, and if they are integers, that is basically they are whole numbers, then the number of solutions for this given equation will be n plus r minus 1 c r minus 1. In this particular case, there is a small difference. The small difference is that here all of these are integers, but all of them are greater than or equal to 1, because we are told that all of them has received at least 1 chocolate. So a comma b is greater than or equal to 1. Similarly, c comma d comma e comma f comma g is also greater than or equal to 1. To convert this into the form that we know is not very difficult. We'll write a to be equal to a1 plus 1. So if a is greater than or equal to 1, a1 will be greater than or equal to 0. Similarly, we'll write b as b1 plus 1. So a1 plus 1, which is a, plus b1 plus 1, which is b, is equal to 5. Or a1 plus b1 is equal to 3. Now we have a1 and b1 to be greater than or equal to 0. So the number of solutions for this will be 3 plus 2 minus 1, c2 minus 1, which is equal to 4. So this has 4 solutions. What is the number of solutions for c plus d plus e plus f plus g is equal to 15? Again, we will replace them with new variables, c1 plus 1, d1 plus 1, e1 plus 1, f1 plus 1 and g1 plus 1. This has to equal 15. Now c1, d1, e1, f1, g1 are greater than or equal to 0. And that equation will become equal to c1 plus d1 plus e1 plus f1 plus g1 is equal to 10. And the number of solutions for this will be 10 plus 5 minus 1 c5 minus 1, which is equal to 14c4. What is the value of 14c4? That will be 14 into 13 into 12 into 11 divided by 24, which is 4 factorial. This is 2, this is 7. Or overall, the total number of solutions will be 4 into 7 into 13 into 11. We know what is the value of 7 into 13 into 11. This is equal to 1001. So this is 4 into 1001, which is 4004. So the correct answer is option B. Let us look at the next question. Admin sir is saying wrong person are identical. People are never identical. If you actually read the question, we are given different names. So they are twins, but all of them are different people. That fact that it is given that they are twins is just basically something to trick you. If you are given 2 people and if you are given separate names, they are not identical. In fact, if you are mentioned that they are people, you should figure out that they can't be identical. You can't have 2 identical people. Identical things are non-living. You can't have 2 identical human beings. Jonas is saying, is the XAT DM course also included in the XAT Crash Course? Yes, it is. Here we are given an inequality which is told that modulus of x plus 2 into modulus of x plus 6 is less than 5. And we are told that x is an integer, so x plus 2 will be an integer, x plus 6 will be an integer, and x plus 2 and x plus 6, both of them are greater than or equal to 0 because we have modulus in it. So this would imply that the product will be has to be either 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. To make it even more easy and even more intuitive, let us write x plus 2 to be equal to a variable a. So x plus 6 will be a plus 4. So what we are essentially given is that modulus of a into modulus of a plus 4, this has to be less than 5. What is the value that a plus 4 can take? If you are thinking about it, a plus 4 cannot be equal to 5, because if a plus 4 is equal to 5, a will be equal to 1, and 1 into 5 will be equal to 5, which is not less than 5. So the maximum value that a plus 4 can take is 4, in which case a will be 0 and the product is satisfied. Or a plus 4 can be 3 and a will be minus 1. So modulus of a will be 1 and their product will be equal to 3. This also is valid. Or a plus 4 can be 2, a will be equal to minus 2. So the modulus will be 2. So 2 into 2 will be 4. This also is valid because this is less than 5. Or a plus 4 can be 1, in which case a will be minus 3. Modulus of a will be 3. So the product is again equal to 3. This also is valid. Or a plus 4 can be 0. A will be equal to minus 4. Modulus of a will be equal to 4 and the product is again 0. This is valid. A plus 4 cannot be equal to minus 1. Because if a plus 4 is minus 1, a will be minus 5 and the product is again equal to 5. A plus 4 cannot be any number less than minus 1 also. A plus 4 cannot be any number greater than 5. So the number of integral solutions will be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the correct answer is option A. Let us look at the next question. This is the last question for today. This is a fairly easy question, very straightforward question. I hope you will be able to solve it. Mega Singh, yes, this video will stay in the XAT YouTube channel. In this question, we are told that there are three concentric circles A, B, and C. The radii are in the ratio of 1:2:4. So let us assume that these are the three circles. Let the radius of the smallest circle, that is A, be equal to R. So the radius of B will be equal to 2R, and the radius of the largest circle C is equal to 4R, because the ratios of the radii is 1:2:4. So ratio of the area enclosed between A and B. This area is equal to area of B minus area of A, and area enclosed between B and C, that will be area of C minus area of B. What is area of A? That is equal to pi r square. What is area of B? That is pi into 2r whole square, so that is pi into 4r square. And area of C is pi into 4r whole square, so that is 16r square. So the required ratio will be 4 pi r square minus pi r square divided by 16 pi r square minus 4 pi r square. This is equal to 3 by 12, which is equal to 1 by 4. So the answer for this question is option C. Thanks for tuning in. Tomorrow we have a very important stream on decision making for XAT. It is at exactly 7:30 p.m. and anybody who is looking to do well in XAT, in my opinion, should definitely watch this stream. This will be very, very beneficial for you. So definitely do tune in tomorrow.